With the release of the Dragon's Loot Season 10 teaser, I thought it would be a fun idea to review the trailer, share my thoughts, and finally try to predict some fixes to the game. Will what I predict happen? Probably not, but it'll be fun to try. But anyways, let's get started. Let's first start by reviewing what we saw from the trailer. There is no surprise that dragons will be added to the game, but what I want to focus on is the fact that this is the first fictional animal we've gotten. I hope with this, the developers will use this as a segue to push past their comfort zone and add more mythical creatures. Fun ideas that I can see being added are griffins and chimeras. Not only would they look really cool in game, but would also have really interesting lore implications too. Kinda like an experiment gone wrong or something like that. Some skins teased in the trailer that we can also see is armor and what looks to be a sword weapon skin of some kind. Probably the AK. For this new AK skin, it would be cool to hear the sound of sheathing and unsheathing a sword when holstering and unholstering this weapon since it's a sword and all. Now I'm not too familiar with buyable skins in the game since I'm a super cheapskate, but this would also be a great time to make a skin for the crossbow. Not only because there are barely any skins for the crossbow in the first place, but it would also fit the medieval setting well too. Now let's talk about some predictions with the release of Season 10. There isn't too much, but still good to talk about. Throughout the trailer, we could see the dragon in Superite Mountain and in what I think is the Saw Research Labs. Even though there's no proof of this damn door existing anywhere. I can either see a reskin or a completely new area in Superite Mountain or Saw Research Labs. In my opinion, it would be a lot cooler to add a new spot in Superite, maybe like a dragon's den of some kind. Now finally, let's talk about what I hope they add and fix with the release of this season. With the topic of this season being dragons in the medieval era, as far as we know right now, this would be a really cool way to add a fire-based weapon of some kind. Although I overheard that the developers said they would not add a flamethrower in the game given how hard it is to code, what would be cool instead would be an AoE damaging weapon of some kind, similar to skunk bombs. Something that would be especially cool would be a new throwable or weapon that when shot or thrown will send a moving and damaging AoE fireball. This projectile would act similar to a skunk bomb, but with a smaller radius and would move in a straight line depending where you aim. This is not the best example, but this is kind of what I was thinking about. This season would also be a great time to rework or at least buff the bandolier, as well as the sad excuse of a power-up, the Juice Blender. In terms of how I would change the bandolier, I think it would be a pretty cool idea to increase reloading speeds by a base percentage, similar to how the ninja booties increase your base speed by 5%. It wouldn't have to be a drastic change. Maybe increasing your base reloading speed by at least 3 or 4% would be, in my opinion, enough to make this power-up more viable for gun-ho players, especially for people in solo and for people that solo queue squads like a psycho. Now for the Juice Blender. Honestly, there's too much I would want to change about this power-up, so I would much rather have an independent video about this topic. But a quick change that I would do for now is an overall buff to all its stats, which is the ability to carry more health juice, as well as how much health you get from forged items by a significant amount. Again, this is not a permanent change I would want implemented, but it's at least something the blender can have for it to be considered more viable until I can fully flush out some ideas. But anyways guys, that's the end of the video. As of right now, there isn't too much to talk about with what we were given from the trailer. Perhaps in the future, if they tease more, I'll make an update video to this one. But for now, this is what we got. As per usual, I'll leave some clips with some audio. Enjoy. Good game. I called it. Oh, I called it. So basically, their first mistake was challenging me. Second of all, they really cornered themselves when I did that smoke grenade. Third of all, I knew that the guy with the egg launcher would win because when you're riding an emu or any other rideable like the hamster wheel, eggs actually go through it. It actually intercepts, it penetrates damage, right? It's penetrating damage. So, good game, be better, please. Thank you very much. I need to find a place to tape. I'll take it. Ah! Not even close. I hope I got that kill of killing Board 1v1 while I had better guns. Oh, this bitch is following me! Survive! I'm dead here. I'm dead here. Not even close. Ah! Not even close. In my fusion video, I had decent ideas. Dragons in 2 months. Yeah, there you go. We have the bearded dragon. I'm satisfied with that. Has the word dragon in the name. That's all I want. Dragon these. All right. Never. I have a mind of a child.